Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making some baked wings with a honey, garlic, and pineapple teriyaki sauce. So let's get in the kitchen and get started. For this recipe you will need 4 to 5 pounds of chicken wings. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then a seasoning of your choice, an all-purpose seasoning. For the honey garlic teriyaki sauce, you will need 4 scallions, 2 cloves of garlic, a half a stick of salted butter, some Dijon mustard, some curry powder. I've got orange blossom honey. You could use any honey that you'd like. I've got chopped jar garlic, 20-ounce can of pineapple chunks in pineapple juice. You'll also need some light brown sugar, some soy sauce, some mirin, and then optional crushed red pepper and Tabasco. This recipe is super easy. In a large mixing bowl, dump your 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is about 4 tablespoons of a house seasoning, which is basically salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, but you could use any seasoning you want. I'm just gonna mix that up real quick. Now we wanna dredge our wings. If you prefer to have your wings cut into segments, so that's flats and drumettes, you can do that. I like to cook them whole like this. If you don't want the flour, you can omit this step. Just make sure you season them real well. You want to brush off any excess flour, spread them out so that they're gonna cook evenly. And now in a preheated oven on 400 degrees, we wanna cook our wings for 45 minutes. While the wings cook, we can prepare our honey garlic teriyaki sauce. I diced up the white parts of the 4 scallions. I'm mincing 2 cloves of garlic. I also saved some of the green parts of the scallions for garnish, and now our prep is done. In a saucepan on medium-high heat, we want to add about 1/4 of a stick of salted butter. We'll save the other 1/4 at the end since it is a wing sauce. We want to begin by sauteing our white parts of the scallions along with the 2 cloves of garlic, and saute this for a couple minutes just until it gets aromatic. Then we want to add in a 1/4 cup of mirin. If you don't have mirin, you could use dried cherry, you could use a dry white wine. Add in 1 3/4 cup of soy sauce of your choice. I'm using a Filipino style, but you could use Kikkomans, use anything that you'd like. Now we want to add in about 1 cup of honey. You don't have to worry about the order in which I'm adding ingredients. After you add the mirin, you can put anything in any order. So we're just adding everything to the pot while it's coming up to a simmer. That's about 1.5 tablespoons of Dijon. That's gonna add a nice vinegary taste through the sauce. I drained about half of the can of pineapple juice and saved half of the juice and dumped in all the pineapple chunks. Now we want to add in about 3 tablespoons of the jar garlic. We did add 2 cloves of the fresh raw garlic in the beginning, but I like the jar garlic for this and other wing sauces because when you bring it to a simmer, it kind of blooms and it's not as sharp. It doesn't have as strong of a bite, but you still get a lot of garlic in the sauce. Now this is all optional. You can add as much crushed red pepper or hot sauce as you'd like. I like it to have a kick. Then I'm adding a 1/2 cup of the light brown sugar. Now add in about 1 tablespoon of curry powder and the remaining pat of butter. And we want to bring this up to a simmer and simmer for about 20 minutes. After I've simmered the sauce for about 20 minutes, I let it cool down for a little bit and then hit it with my immersion blender. You could also put this in a regular blender and just blitz it for a few minutes until it gets a velvety texture like this. If it's not as thick as you want it, you could make a slurry like equal parts water and cornstarch and just whisk that in. I like it just like this. It was coating my spoon, so it's good to go for me. This is what the wings look like after 45 minutes. You can still see some of the flour hasn't cooked out of there. That's okay. We're still gonna cook it longer. So just trust me on this. We wanna sauce up our wings, give them a nice brushing. Not just on the top side, we will flip them over and brush the other side as well. Once we get a good brushing of sauce on each side of the wings, we want to go back in the oven, staying on 400 degrees, and cook an additional 35 to 45 minutes until they're nice and crispy and cooked all the way through. The only thing left to do is toss our wings in a little bit more of that delicious sauce, get them nice and super sticky, and then you can present them however you'd like, on a platter or in a bowl like I'm going to. Sprinkle over some fresh green scallions as a garnish and enjoy.